told him, no, I said, now that I know next time, I said, I'll pack this place.
I didn't even think about
I didn't either. I've never done this before, so I didn't know.
I didn't think about nitro.
Oh, I could have worked the mascot. That would be great.
Not had a mascot on the show yet.
Oh, I would have brought it too. You saw we didn't have nitro before. They waxed the board to be done. Like, you know, stuff out. Word about it. Oh, I did.
I mean, I made it sound like an eagle from 7.
You know, I can tell you what I said. Number 11 or from me. You know how good.
Am I gonna be up there? You'll sit in the middle, and then we'll just rotate folks along. Come get it.
Said y'all
I think it's normal hours.
That was what?
Like you just have people coming in and order food too.
Yeah, that's-
Like just the randoms.
It freaks some of them out. It gets them a little bit.
Never.
Wait till they're sitting right in front of that speaker, and the speaker's loud too. So, all right, let's go to work.
No, but we have a lot of videos.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome out to Firehouse Subs here in Carencro, where it is another episode of the Pelican Sports Report. I am Doug Gann, and delighted to have Coach Matt Stanford. I don't know if anybody calls him that. We're going to call him Coach Chop. It's been that way. If they call, they're probably collecting on something or looking for you for a library book or something like that. But Coach Chop, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
Oh, look, we're excited to have the night going on. And you guys, when we talked about this way back at the first of the season, about doing something, who knew that we were going to have a week that was going to pit the number 1 and number 2 teams in Division III and the power rankings on that. So great night. We're going to talk about that. The idea of tonight is that we're going to talk to a lot of the players. We're going to talk to some admin. We'll talk to some of the cheerleaders on here. Is Nitro coming? Nitro's not coming. So anyway, maybe next time we'll have Nitro out for the playoff edition in week 11. We'll come out and do all of that. So
That sounds great.
there you go. So Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, so my name is Matt Stanford. People call me Coach Chop. Originally from Opelousas, graduated from Westminster. Played there. Played at Louisiana College, which is now university. Got a chance to meet some great people, some great coaches. Ended up staying in the coaching profession. And worked at Westminster, where I graduated from for 3 years. And then met my future wife, and ended up making the transition during the COVID year to LCA.
Look, and we talk about transitions and LCA, just the growth every single year that I've seen on there. It has been amazing. And I know you and I took a tour of the campus today and looked around and saw some of the future plans that are there. I know the softball field we had talked about as well. But you walk in there and you see a history that is LCA. You know, the what was it, 17, 18, 19, and 20, the 4 back-to-back state titles. And you guys poised to make another deep run at it this year, too. We'll talk about some of the night vision, the TV that you guys have. But just tell us about the experience that's Lafayette Christian.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Actually, Friday night after our game, Coach Baldwin sent me about 3 texts, and that's our athletic director.
Right.
And it was a bunch of videos from what Friday nights looked like. And you could see there was a whole bunch of tree line everywhere, even to the point to where when we were playing in middle school, LCA didn't have a home, what is now the home side bleachers. Wow. And so to see where it's come from 10, 15 years ago to now is pretty incredible. When I first stepped on campus, we ended up turf. Right. And then that summer, about 2 weeks later, Pastor Jay called us all in. Mr. Longchain, Coach Baldwin, told us we were going to turf. So the campus has come a long way. We've done a lot of upgrades in the last 5 or 6 years, and it's awesome to see. I know one thing the kids definitely appreciate it, and with this day and age, that look goes a long way, and that look has nothing compared to what the actual impact is of the people that are on campus.
Look, so I made this it's the first time that I have been on the field, and you walk in there and walk up to the place, and you've got this awe look about you, because there's some smaller schools that don't have all that going on. The flags along the fence line, I think, that replace what are your normal signs on the fence. That's your sponsor signs, and it gives you that sound. You hear the flags flying on there, and I told you, and the music's playing in practice. I said, man, this is what I would think practice on the beach would be like here in that breeze. It was just such a great atmosphere. And we talked to Pastor Jay earlier in the year when we were able to meet him too, and that vision, and hope to be able to visit with him tonight too, just about the vision of LCA. But it starts from the top, and you can see it trickles down to everyone.
Absolutely. There's a spirit of excellence on our campus, and then obviously that starts at the top. I will never forget the first year I was on campus. We were preparing for the hurricane, and those two guys sitting right in front of us he was our head of athletics at the time. Coach Baldwin was out there. And Pastor Jay, they were out there helping us tear down everything that might get destroyed in a hurricane.
Goodness.
And when you have your leadership that does that, I mean, if you were on our campus Friday before one of the biggest games of the year, Pastor Jay's out there cutting grass. Coach Baldwin and Mr. Launche are out there setting up the parking lot and making sure everything's ready to go. And so when your leadership does that, it makes it easy for us to fall in line and really lead well.
Well, everywhere you go, you see the words where champions are made, and it's not just about football. It's about life, because at the end of the day, those cleats get hung up. I don't care who you are playing, but the championship character that you have inside of you, becoming young men and young women, is something that you can't trade anything for.
That's one of the mottos of our school. The really just saying everybody thinks athletics, but it goes way beyond that, and it's from the root of the church with the school, and we're fortunate enough to have that partnership where our kids get to go to chapel once a month, where our kids get to have a Bible class every single day. And so it's more about pouring into them as an individual, because like you said, you're not names kids at all. Their careers are going to be over. But they're going to be adults, and they're going to have to be members of society the rest of their life.
Look, you're exactly right. It's going to be a big night. I know we've got a lot of players that are coming in. That's great. I would like to start the show off, possibly, if we can get Pastor Jay in here. If he'd come visit with us for just a minute. I want to talk about the school itself before we get into all of that, because I know how dedicated he is to the school, to athletics, and all of that. So I want to bring him in and visit with him here in just a moment. There you go. Get that set up on him. And just want to, certainly, Pastor Jay, want to welcome you to the program. The Pelican Sports Report is delighted to have LCA in the house tonight.
Man, fantastic. What an honor to be here and be a part of 446 and everything you guys are doing across the state, but especially here recently here in Acadiana. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It means the world, and I don't think I come down here a day, and we're down here a lot, that I don't meet somebody new that has an impact on what we're doing. And it's just such a great community. All of the Acadiana region is, but just getting down here, it's special.
Yeah, it is, man. We got some of the nicest people you'll ever meet in the world. We got the best food in the world, and you got nice people and good food. You can make a lot of people happy down here in Lafayette.
Look, somebody asked me the other day how long we had been in the Lafayette area, and I said about 14 pounds. is how long we've been down here.
It's about 3 weeks.
Oh, gosh, you're exactly right. And we've got a different restaurant every night of the week, which is great, but it's tough as well. But you and I talked back in the first of the season, and your vision just shined right through all of this too. Tell me about some of the successes, some of the wins in the past, and maybe what it is that you guys are looking for in the future.
Well, you mentioned it a while ago, our slogan, where champions are made.
Right.
And that's just not made on the field or on the court. We want to make champions for life. And that's because if we make a champion on the field and they fail in life, then we really missed one of the biggest moments in their lives to impact them. So, our superintendent, Mr. Launche, he does a fantastic job of dealing with the day-to-day and all of the intricacies of Lafayette Christian Academy. We're kindergarten through 12th grade on one campus. So when you pull up at 7:30 in the morning, there's 1,300 people popping around and bebopping around, and so it's a full-on entity at 7:30 every morning. So he helps out with a lot of that, and, you know, the staff and the teachers and making sure everybody's in place. And then he brings me in whenever it's time to hire a head coach, especially at the 5 power sports primarily, where it requires faculty coaches. He'll bring me in and we'll kind of sit through there and dialogue together and, you know, talk through it and kind of come up with the best decision. So that's really the only impact, you know, that I have on the coaching stuff. And then the other thing is, you know, I help build the buildings, you know, make the necessary financial commitment to expand the school, the parking lots, the fields. As you mentioned earlier, our softball field is currently in, you know, being built out right now. So we're excited about that, adding LED lights to the baseball field, softball field, the whole new baseball, softball